We are about to explore the intricate tapestry of a nation whose history is as vast and varied as its geography, the majestic and enigmatic land of Russia. As we embark on this historical odyssey, let us immerse ourselves in the chapters of the past to uncover the essence of Russia, a nation that has shaped and been shaped by the currents of history. Join me as we delve into the depths of time, uncovering the legacies that have defined this vast land and its people. Early Russia and the Kievan Rus. Our story begins in the dense forests and sprawling steppes of Eastern Europe, where the Slavic peoples formed the backbone of early Russian civilization. In the 9th century, the Varangians, Viking warriors, and traders from Scandinavia were invited by the Slavic tribes to bring order to the region, leading to the foundation of the Kievan Rus state. This federation of Slavic tribes, under the rule of Prince Rurik and his descendants, became a crucial center for trade between the Baltic and the Byzantine Empire. The adoption of Orthodox Christianity under Prince Vladimir the Great in 988 transformed the Kievan Rus, forging cultural and religious ties with Byzantium that would shape Russian identity for centuries. However, the glory of Kievan Rus was not to last. Internal strife weakened the state, making it vulnerable to external threats. In the 13th century, the Mongol invasion, led by Batu Khan, devastated the Kievan Rus, marking the beginning of the Mongol yoke that would last over 2 centuries. Despite these challenges, the seeds of Russian resilience were sown. The period set the stage for the rise of Moscow and the eventual unification of Russian lands, a testament to the enduring spirit of its people. The rise of Moscow and the Tsardom of Russia. In the waning years of the 13th century, the landscape of Eastern Europe was dominated by the formidable presence of the Mongol Empire. Its vast territories stretched across the continent, imposing a heavy yoke upon the Rus principalities. However, within this climate of subjugation, a beacon of resistance and ambition began to flicker in the heart of the northeastern lands of Rus. This was the Principality of Moscow, a relatively modest settlement that was destined to become the cradle of the Russian Empire. The initial steps toward Moscow's ascendance were largely attributed to the strategic diplomacy and marriages arranged by its rulers. However, the true momentum was gained under the leadership of Prince Dmitry Donskoy. His audacity to unite the Russian principalities against their common enemy marked the turning point. The Battle of Kulikovo, fought in 1380 against the Mongol horde, though not a decisive military victory, was a monumental symbolic triumph. It galvanized the Russian spirit, fostering a newfound unity and determination among the principalities. Moscow emerged not just as a military leader, but as a beacon of hope and resistance against the Mongol dominion. Ivan III, known as Ivan the Great, was the architect of the modern Russian state. Under his rule from 1462 to 1505, Moscow witnessed unprecedented expansion and consolidation of power. By refusing to pay tribute to the Mongol Khan, challenging the Mongol armies, and annexing neighboring territories, Ivan III effectively shattered the Mongol yoke, heralding a new era of Russian autonomy. His reign saw the transformation of Moscow from a provincial town into the epicenter of Russian political and spiritual life. The reconstruction of the Kremlin with its formidable walls and towers symbolized this seismic shift in power and prestige. The marriage of Ivan III to Sofia Paleologina was not merely a union of 2 individuals, but a confluence of cultures and legacies. Sofia, being the niece of the last Byzantine emperor, brought with her the rich traditions of the Byzantine court. This alliance was profoundly symbolic, signaling the inheritance of the Byzantine legacy by Moscow. Ivan and his successors adopted the double-headed eagle, a Byzantine emblem of imperial power, further solidifying the notion of Moscow as the Third Rome, destined to succeed where Rome and Constantinople had once reigned. The era of transformation reached its zenith under Ivan IV, famously known as Ivan the Terrible. His coronation in 1547 as the first Tsar of all Russia was a declaration of Russia's status as a sovereign empire. Ivan IV's reign was marked by paradoxes. It was a time of both spectacular conquests and devastating internal strife. His conquests expanded the Russian territories eastward to the Urals and beyond, opening up Siberia to Russian influence and trade. Internally, Ivan IV implemented significant reforms in government, law, and society, attempting to centralize power and control over the vast Russian lands. However, the latter part of his reign was darkened by the Oprichnina, a brutal campaign against perceived enemies within the state, particularly the nobility. This period was characterized by mass repressions, executions, and the expropriation of land, which left the country in a state of fear and turmoil. The Oprichnina not only sowed seeds of discord and suspicion among the Russian people, but also weakened the state, leaving a lasting scar on the country's history. The rise of Moscow and the establishment of the Tsardom of Russia were not merely the results of military conquests and political maneuvering. They were the culmination of a collective desire for unity, independence, and identity. Through strategic leadership, symbolic victories, and the assimilation of cultural legacies, Moscow emerged from the shadows of the Mongol yoke as a powerful and sovereign state, laying the foundation for the Russian Empire that would come to play a pivotal role in the geopolitical landscape of the world. The Romanov dynasty and imperial expansion, the time of troubles, a period of chaos and foreign intervention, ended with the ascension of Mikhail Romanov to the throne in 1613, founding the Romanov dynasty that would rule Russia for the next 3 centuries. This era witnessed Russia's emergence as a major European power. Peter the Great's extensive reforms modernized Russia, expanding its borders to the Baltic Sea and building the new capital, St. Petersburg, as a window to the west. Catherine the Great continued this expansion, extending Russian dominion into Poland, the Black Sea region, and Alaska. The 19th century was marked by the Napoleonic Wars, with Russia playing a key role in Napoleon's defeat. The patriotic fervor and the strain of the war, however, also highlighted the deep inequalities in Russian society, setting the stage for the revolutionary movements that would eventually engulf the nation. The Revolution and Soviet era. The 20th century ushered in a period of profound upheaval. The dissatisfaction with Tsar Nicholas II rule exploded in the Russian Revolution of 1917, leading to the abdication of the Tsar and the end of imperial rule. The Bolsheviks, under Lenin, seized power, establishing the world's first socialist state. The ensuing Civil War and the formation of the USSR in 1922 marked the beginning of a new chapter in Russian history. Under Stalin, the Soviet Union became a global superpower, albeit at a tremendous human cost. The policies of collectivization and industrialization transformed the economy, but were accompanied by widespread repression and famine. World War II, known in Russia as the Great Patriotic War, saw the Soviet Union playing a pivotal role in defeating Nazi Germany, at the cost of over 20 million Soviet lives. The post-war era was defined by the Cold War, a global struggle for dominance between the Soviet Union and the United States, spanning decades and influencing virtually every aspect of global affairs. The launch of Sputnik in 1957 symbolized Soviet achievements in science and technology, igniting the space race. However, by the 1980s, the Soviet Union faced significant economic and political challenges. Mikhail Gorbachev's policies of perestroika and glasnost aimed to reform the Soviet system, but instead hastened its dissolution. In 1991, the USSR officially ceased to exist, marking the end of the Soviet era. Post-Soviet Russia. The post-Soviet era was marked by significant challenges, including economic turmoil, the transition to a market economy, and the establishment of a new political system. Boris Yeltsin, Russia's first elected president, implemented radical reforms that had mixed outcomes, laying the foundation for the Russia we see today. Conclusion. The history of Russia is a saga of extraordinary resilience and transformation. From the early Slavic states to its current role as a pivotal player on the global stage, Russia's journey through time is a testament to the strength and spirit of its people. As we reflect on this rich history, we gain a deeper understanding of the complexities that have shaped not only Russia, but also its role in the wider world. The story of Russia is far from complete, and its future chapters remain to be written by its people, who continue to navigate the legacy of their past in pursuit of their place in the global community. If you enjoyed this journey through the expansive history of Russia and are keen on discovering more, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support inspires us to keep exploring and sharing the stories that shape our world.